What's up, Decepticons? Welcome back to my channel, your spot for DJ mixes and gaming. I just uploaded a new aggressive cyberpunk DJ mix, non-stop. If you need something to get your blood pumping, this is the mix for you. Just head on over to the playlist section to find out more. And if you need something a little more chill, like Chillwave or anything else, I also have a whole bunch of other mixes there for you. And if you want to find out more on the mods and hacks that I've done to my Wii and my other consoles, just head on over to our Discord. Today, I'm going to be doing an updated video on my ultimate modded Wii. The last time I did this was in 2020, and I have had a few additions since then. This is my favorite console because it's just so versatile, and I'm able to fit so many of my favorite memories onto it, and that's why it has become like one of my most special consoles. I haven't done anything new to the exterior other than just pretty much keeping it clean and maintaining the way that it already looks. I wanted to give it a black and white tone. I liked the way that the black trim added a little bit of class to it, and it makes it look a little more streamlined in my opinion. I kept the LEDs on the front and the sides the same color. I liked the pinkish bluish fade. It kind of reminds me of like a sunset or something you see on Synthwave visuals. I wanted it to have a vaporwave, synthwave vibe, and I think I definitely achieved that. As far as the back, I had to cut out a little piece for the LED light power source to come through, and it wasn't much of a problem. It actually came out very clean. It's like a little square hole, so it doesn't look bad at all. And as you can see, I have two sets of LED lights, one on the top and one on the bottom. These are pretty cheap LEDs, you can buy them anywhere. And I didn't really do anything to the top of the console where the GameCube controller ports are. A couple additions I got to better display of my Wii are the Hyperkin Wii to HDMI connector, a female to female HDMI adapter, which then connects to the M Classic cable. And what this does is it gets the output of the Wii and upscales it to 1080p, but in a much better way than any of those cheap little upscalers you buy for like 10 or 15 bucks. Alright, starting off with the soft mods that I did to my Wii. So first off, this does start off in USBLGX because I wanted to avoid the Wii home menu. Just wanted to bypass all that together because I just like the UI of USBLGX, especially with the custom theme that I did, and this is actually called SynthWiive. And there are two versions that I did of this, which are both available for download. Just head on over to my Discord, again, along with all of the other soft mods that are on this video. They will be available for download. They actually already are available on Discord. And a lot of the mods here have been done by a lot of the members. And I just wanted to thank all of them. All of you Discord members that did help out with all of these mods. You guys are amazing. And this wouldn't be as amazing of a Wii without all of you. But back to this. USBLGX, I have it also playing random music in the background. And it's a whole bunch of different various synthwave tracks. And so every time, if you go to the pause menu, it will switch up the song. Or if you turn it off and then you boot back into USBLGX, the song in the background will switch. But yeah, I wanted to give my Wii a synthwave 80s retro vaporwave vibe, and I wanted it to go along with the rest of my gaming setup, which you see right here. I'm showing a picture of it. It has a very classic arcade feel to it, and I just wanted to incorporate that into my Wii because the Wii, what I've turned it into, is a very nostalgic machine. There are just so many aspects of it ever since I modded it that just really take me back to when I was a kid, and even my adulthood. Like, there are just a lot of good memories, and it's basically all packed into like one little beautiful machine. So yeah, that's why I wanted to go with this whole this whole vibe to it. I did add a menu category to this, which you'll see right here. Let me just click on my categories. I have media right now. And just to show you guys real quick, I know a lot of people are gonna ask, if you want to add a category, you just go down here. You can either click on it with A, or you just push the plus sign, add a category, and then you type in whatever. If you just wanna put like, I don't know, games. Yeah, you'll type that in, then you'd press OK, and then it would show up right here. And then if you wanted to add like any one of these items, like a game or a WAD, to one of those categories, you would click on your game or whatever, you go to categories, which is right here, and then you would just basically check, pretend that was unchecked. You would click it and then it would add to the category that you just added. So anyways, just going back, I wanted all of my media apps to be in one section. I just feel like it's a lot cleaner, as with the rest of my Wii categories that you're gonna see soon. So because of Reconnect 24, a lot of these channels still work. So news channel, forecast channel, Kirby TV channel is kind of its own thing. I believe there was a person that had this on their server, and it was working for a while, maybe like a year or two. I'm not exactly sure, but it is currently down, but I'm waiting for it to be back up again, because I want to take advantage and then I want to catch up on all of the series. But news channel, forecast channel, definitely work with Reconnect 24. And Reconnect 24 is a very simple mod that you can do, and it's essential if you have a soft modded Wii, that you do get that mod, because it'll allow you to also play games like Mario Kart Wii and anything else that, or any of the other games that you were able to play online before in the past, you can play them online now. So definitely look up Reconnect 24 and get that started on your Wii, because it's a game changer for sure. Let's go ahead and hit up forecast channel just to show you that Reconnect 24 is working and allows you to access online stuff. So there's my current temperature. I'm in Anaheim, California. Pretty hot right now as of this video. It is summertime, obviously, so yeah, pretty hot over here. Okay, and the news channel works the same way as forecast channel. You know, you just start here and then it connects, and you know, it shows all of your updates for the news. WeMC, I do have an issue with this, so if any of you have this issue, please let me know down in the comments below, because when I start it, it does work in USBLGX, but it doesn't recognize my external hard drive. If I go through the Wii home menu, then yes, it works, but otherwise, when I try to start it from USBLGX, it doesn't see my external hard drive, and so I can't really watch anything through this. But I'll show you WeMC through my Wii home menu later on in the video. But I want to show you Wii Radio, which I actually updated on my own, and I created a thumbnail for it and a whole custom Synthwave theme for this as well. I'm gonna hop into here. Oh, a quick side note, if any of you want to create a new channel forwarder for this, because this channel forwarder is the only one I could find, and to be honest, I hate it. If you know how to create these and you want to do like a Synthwave version, hit me up. Let me know in the comments below, or get a hold of me on my Discord server, and we'll go ahead and talk about that further, and I will show it on my channel, and you'll definitely get a shout out for that. Okay, and this is my custom SynthWiive theme for Wii Radio. Wii Radio basically allows you to listen to online radio channels. I know there are so many other ways to be able to do this now, but I just like the feeling of being able to do it on my Wii. And so far, these are the 5 channels that are pretty consistent with staying online and buffering and not really having any issues when you want to actually listen to something. So I got some deep house if you guys are in the house. There's some hip hop, and obviously Synthwave. This Synthwave channel is really good, and I'm glad that it works. And if you guys want some chill drum and bass, there's this channel right here. I am going to be looking for more channels and add on to this library. And at some point, I am in the talks of doing a online SynthWiive channel for the Wii listeners. And hopefully I can get it added onto here, but that is a project that is in the works right now. But just to show you what the theme actually looks like. So there's your volume. And let's go ahead and put on some music. I am going to talk over it so that way I do not get copyrighted. But as you can hear, there is SynthWiive playing. You can change this little sound wave to whatever you want. I personally like the bars. And there is a visualizer option. Now this is running off of the Shoutcast Winamp media player engine. So yeah, if you guys know what that is, then you are going to recognize these visuals right here. Very old school, very classic, but at the same time, it is nice to have these while you're just like letting the music play, and you can kind of trip out while you're listening to Synthwave or whatever else. But yeah, so if you guys want this theme for Wii Radio, all you have to do is download Wii Radio and then also head on over to my Discord for this theme. So let's go ahead and get out of here. We're gonna move on to all games. Now this is all of the games that I have, and I've actually deleted some of my games because I realized that I didn't like a lot of the games that I had, and I just really wasn't playing them. And I think as time goes by, I kind of narrowed down my game list even more just to focus on what I'm really gonna want to play. But this is pretty much everything, and I think the Wii is just so, like, it has so many different categories of games, and that's why I like it so much, and I still play it like at least once a week now. I mean, you have your RPGs, you have your light gun shooters, you have pinball games, you have racing games, and I can use so many of my accessories for these. Again, like, I like the whole arcade feel, so being able to play these games like that, it just makes a big difference, and it just feels like I get so much out of the modded Wii. I'm gonna do a video later on in the future about all of the different accessories that I have and the games that I use them for. Like my arcade sticks, they work with a lot of the games on here you wouldn't even imagine. So right here I have classic arcade stick, and I'm just gonna click on fighting because these are basically like within the same category. So all of my fighting games that I have in this category use the classic arcade stick. Now the classic arcade stick, that's basically the fighting stick, the Hori fighting stick, or they have a couple other variations. And I actually have a Dream Gear fighting stick, and all of these games work with that. I think this is everybody's favorite right here, are the emulators, because this opens up your Wii to so much more than just the Wii. And if you missed my last video on my modded Wii, which is back in 2020, these custom channels or box art covers that I did really blew up online and on YouTube, and I created what I wanted for my channels. I didn't want to add, or I shouldn't say channels, for the emulators that I wanted. So there's the, I think there's at least like 5 other emulators that you can add on to the Wii, but I don't really use them. But people on my server did create a couple extra channels, or I should say channel artwork or box art cover artwork, like these little icons that you can find over there. But like I said, I've created a Super Nintendo, Atari, Nintendo, Genesis, N64, PlayStation, RetroArch, and MAME. Super Nintendo, Atari, Nintendo, you know, and that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and start one of these. Okay, and let's go to a game that actually looks fun. Okay, here are all the SNES games, at least all of the SNES games that I have. Let's go to Tournament Fighters. And currently I have it set up on stretch. I know a lot of people hate this. You can go ahead and edit that right here in game settings. If you want to go to video, scaling, 16:9 correction, go back, close, and you're back to the original 4:3 aspect ratio. A lot of people hate the stretch. Understandable, I guess. It's really up to you on what you want to do. But for me, I like to have it on the stretch just because obviously, I mean, the technology's there, so why not use it? I like to fill up my entire screen. Okay, and a little bit of fighting just to show you guys the SNES 9XGX emulator on the Wii, and it really doesn't have any problems running it because, you know, it's such a light emulator. Like literally like video games from 30 years ago or something like that. Okay, moving on to the next emulator, Atari. And by the way, if you guys want to know how to add all of these emulators into USBLGX, there is a full tutorial on how to do this on my Discord, which again, my helpful members have explained, and yeah, it should be pretty simple. Okay, and here is Atari 2600. I do have all of the box cover art, which for some reason a lot of people couldn't figure out how to get the box art to work in the Atari 2600 emulator for the Wii. But all I had to do was just rescale the size of the box art, and I had to do that for every single one, as you can see here. So if you are interested in the box art for Atari 2600, again, head to my server or just leave me a comment down below and I'll guide you on how to get these and download them. But let me show you some gameplay real quick. Now we're gonna try FCE Ultra GX. All right, and again, all of the games. I'm just gonna choose any random one, not Jaws. Any random game except Jaws. Hello Kitty's Flower Shop. Yeah, let's do that. Told you it's gonna be random. All right, and going to change the game settings. If you want to change the scaling like I did in SNES 9XGX, you just click this 16:9 correction, close, and then you have your 4:3 again. I'm not going to go through every single emulator, but just want to point out that the majority of the emulators do work pretty well. Aside from Nintendo 64 and PlayStation, for some reason, N64 emulation is very hard, even for Nintendo. I mean, they had a lot of issues emulating the N64 on the Switch, but I do have a pretty good library on here, at least the games that I want to play. And PlayStation is the same. A lot of their games do have some glitches and just don't run properly, but I have a good amount that I like to play on here, so I'm okay with that. RetroArch and MAME, so these are both arcade game emulators for games that are basically like late 90s and before. I typically use RetroArch for everything, and MAME I use mostly for some of the older arcade light gun games because I can't get the light gun games to work through RetroArch, so therefore I use MAME. I'll show you right here a lot of the games that I have on here. Not so much a lot, but it's about a handful. Oh, and then Captain Avengers, I also have a couple 4-player games on here. So Simpsons, Ninja Turtles 2, the first Ninja Turtles, X-Men. I have 3 arcade sticks and a classic controller. All of them work. So I actually got 4 players to work on the 4-player games. I could not get all 4 players to work in RetroArch. So that is another reason why I have MAME. And lastly, RetroArch. Alright, and I'm going to show you Street Fighter 3 Second Impact using RetroArch, which is probably one of the biggest games that RetroArch on the Wii can handle. That being said, it's a little laggy, which you guys are going to see. And then here are all of the light game games that I have, not including the ones that are that I use in MAME. So I have about 19. All of my pinball games, which aren't many. And I actually have 2 racing categories, which I'm going to show you right now. So the first racing category that I have right here, all of these games can use the Wii wheel. And I like the Wii wheel, a lot of people don't, but you can use the classic controller for all of these too, but I prefer the Wii wheel. And the last racing category, Racing Logitech. All of these games right here are Wii and GameCube games that are compatible with the Logitech Wii Racing steering wheel and the GameCube steering wheel by Logitech. Yeah, they work really well on this. I actually did a video on a lot of these games. And again, I am gonna do a video on all of the peripherals for the Wii, and I will definitely be going over the racing games again. We're back here to all games for my Wii, and I want to show you a couple of games that have been added to the library since 2020. So right here, it does say Minecraft, but this is actually Cavex, and it is a newer Minecraft clone game. There is something called Voxelcraft or Wazzlecraft or something like that, which is available on the Homebrew Channel, which you can download. But I would recommend getting this game right here. Again, it's called Cavex. I'll show it to you right here. Cavex. So what I did is I created the box cover art because I always wanted to see Minecraft on here. A buddy of mine on the server, Binsky, he's done so much to help this modded Wii community, especially within the SynthWiive theme. But he helped to create the actual channel forwarder right here, the banner. So thanks, Binsky. Couldn't have done it without you, man. You're amazing. This is actually a homebrew game, but he was able to add it to USBLGX. Again, if you want this mod, head on over to the Discord. We've got all of the goodies over there. I'm just gonna open this real quick so you guys can get a little preview of how this game plays. You can use the classic controller on here. Right now I'm using the Wii remote. It's a little weird. But besides that, it is a beautiful, beautiful clone of Minecraft. I mean, the nighttime, daytime mechanics are all there. You can actually import your worlds from previous game saves and transfer them on here. I don't know how to do that yet. But yeah. Minecraft on the Wii. Alright, moving on to the next game that was added. This is called Neo Zero, and it is a Homebrew Channel game that you are able to download for free. And by the way, the other game I just showed, Cavex/Minecraft, that's also free. You can download both of these for free legally because they're not collecting any money from it. These are not pirated whatsoever. Just go to the Homebrew Channel and you can download both. But this one is my personal favorite. I actually showcased it a few years back on my channel, and it is a Synthwave racing game. Binsky, again, the member on my channel, he knows how to do a lot of these channel forwarders. He created all of this, so you don't need to load it through Homebrew. Okay, I'm actually using motion control right now, which is not recommended, but I had it set on this for now. You can go through your different cockpit views or outside views. I personally like the cockpit view. Neo Game hates when I do this, but this is how I like to play. Okay, and the last game I'm going to showcase is Shakedown Hawaii. This game was actually released on the Wii in 2020. I did do a video on this game as well, but just to show you, again, all of the updates that have happened to my custom modded Wii. This game can actually be ordered online. Just search up Shakedown Hawaii. I think the developer is VBlank. You can look up their site. But again, I do have all of that info on the video that I did, or again, just like Google it and you'll be able to find the information. It is a fun game. Now that we're done with the SynthWiive menu theme and USBLGX, I wanted to take you over to the Homebrew channel where another one of our members at Discord had created a Synthwiive theme for the Homebrew Channel, which is so nice and clean. And this is based off of the other Synthwiive theme that I created, which is not in this video, but again, just another clean looking theme, and it just goes with the rest of the whole vibe and aesthetic that I was trying to go with on my USBLGX theme. So basically this Wii is all synthwaved out, like it's extra. I mean, you can't get any more synthwave than this, but I mean, I don't know. I think this is the max that I can go. I don't think I can do anything else as far as like theming this out. The actual hard modding that I did to the outside of it, and trying to make that kind of match all of the software and UI themes and everything else. This is pretty much, yeah, everything else aside from the Wii home menu, which we're gonna check out in just a minute. All right, we are on the home stretch of this video. Lastly, I'm going to show you the custom Wii home menu theme that Yorman created, which is called SynthWiive. And this is based off of my Synthwiive theme, and he incorporated it into the Wii home menu screen. I should say Wii home menu theme. Yeah, I mean, it just goes with everything else that I've created and the direction that I've been wanting to take my Wii to. Yorman did an amazing job, and here you see all of the channels that I have in USBLGX just in the standard Wii menu theme. And he added the whole neon look, and if you go to the SD card menu, unfortunately the theme does not carry over to this, but I just want to show you all of the games that I have in my SD card menu. The majority of these are in my USBLGX, but I do like going in here from time to time because I just like the way that it looks. I mentioned earlier that WiiMC doesn't work the way that it's supposed to in USBLGX, but it does work just fine through the Wii home menu. So I still need to figure out what's going on in USBLGX, but for now I just use it like this and it runs perfectly smooth. I have a specific setup for the way that I back up my videos. I use Handbrake, and I have a certain setup and settings and all of that, and I can go ahead and leave that information down in the description below, or if you have any questions about it, again, head over to the Discord and I'll help you out. But everything looks very good in here. I suggest that you use or that you watch anime, anything CGI, animation, any bright live movies, those will work. Any movies that are really dark, it's not gonna look that good. You're gonna tell that it's 480p, but this is directly coming from my Wii output, everything that you're watching right here. So I just wanna give you a couple of examples, quick examples of what I'm talking about as far as like the video quality. And don't forget, again, I am using the HDMI upscaler and all of that, the M Classic, the Wii to HDMI adapter from Hyperkin, and I think that it gives it a pretty clean look. And I basically like to use this for cartoons and movies that are a part of my childhood, or some things like Mortal Kombat. Even though they're new, it's still kind of like, you know, is a nod back to the things that I grew up with and gaming and everything else. Also, I do like the default setting that it has for the colors. This purple and blue goes perfectly with the rest of my theme on my Wii. Alright guys and girls, that wraps it up for this video. I hope you all found it entertaining and that it motivates you to mod or customize your Wii in the fashion that you'd like. I just had an idea of where I wanted this to go, and I just tried to get there as best as possible. A lot of trial and error, and I don't remember how I did a lot of these things, but luckily it all managed to turn out well. So best of luck to all of you, and if you have any questions, again, please go to our Discord. We have so many helpful people there that are willing to help you out. And other than that, I will see you all on the next video. Peace.